Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna and I'm a little bit spooky, and today we're doing this cool tone smoky eye that is like takes no time at all to do. Like, it's one of the fastest smoky eyes I've ever done. It's chic, it's just easy, and I like the idea of the cool tone paired with a little bit more of a tan skin and the nude, really pale lip and bronzy kind of summer sun-kissed skin. Branching out of my comfort zone. I've got some fresh self tan on, so I was like, let's try something new here. Let's experiment with a look. And this is inspired by a video that I saw on the Victoria Beckham Beauty Instagram, where they were doing this really cool tone smoky eye, and I thought it was so pretty. It's just kind of lived in, soft type of look that was very kind of sparkly. So yeah, I was inspired, wanted to recreate it, and kind of, not exact obviously, but the vibes. And yeah, I kept the skin very kind of bronzy, sun-kissed, light coverage. Did my brows a little different. Like I say, we were outside the box today doing something a little bit, well, outside of my comfort zone. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look and everything about it, just go ahead and keep on watching. Welcome back. I want to do the quickest look and smoky eye I could possibly do. I was super inspired by this look. It was on the Victoria Beckham Beauty website. It was like this, or on her Instagram. It was this very cool toned, kind of dark, taupey, smoky eye, and it was using one of her pencils, like her eye crayons, which I obviously don't have. So I'm gonna recreate it using what I do have, and I was just kind of looking around in different palettes, and freaking You're Golden, which has kind of become like my palette of my summer right here. Like, I have reached for this palette so much lately. Is it an exciting palette? Not really. It's just a massive palette of redundant colors. But look at these shades right here. I think they'll be the ones because they're kind of cool toned. And you got a little bit of a cool-ish taupe in here that I think we could use. And this shade right here, and possibly this one in the bottom. The main shade I think is going to be Daydreamer that we're going to use. But yeah, I'm going to try to recreate it. So I'm going to start with the eyes since it might get a little messy doing a smoky eye. So I'm going to prime my eyes using the NYX Shadow Liner Primer Ultimate. I'm still testing this one. I'm not sure if it works for me or not. So I'm just going to put a little bit. And if my self-tan looks a little messy, well, that's just how it goes with me and self-tanner. I'm going to dinner a little bit with some friends. And I was like, I'm not gonna film anything today. I was working at the computer most of the day. And then was like, you know what? Let's see if we could film a video in an hour. If I was just getting ready, not a big deal at all. But something about adding the camera to it and the commentary ends up taking like 2 hours. I don't know why, but it just increases the time. I'm going to do just a little bit of concealer on my lids as well, just to kind of blank them out some. Just a tiny bit here. This is the this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Creamy Concealer in Nude Beige. I'm just going to put a little bit, just a tiny bit, just to kind of even out my lids. The reason I bought that primer is because it's supposed to like even your lids out, but I don't think it does. I really don't think. Usually I've not had a problem doing this technique with other primers, so we shall see. I'm just gonna bring it up to the brow and just buffing that out. I thought I'd kind of show you all the steps, just see how quickly we can do this. Aside from brows, I've already kind of half drawn my brows on because I just wasn't thinking about it. Put it in there real quick, just to take down some of the pigmentation of my lids. My lids can either be red or they'll have some blue veininess and freckles. And to me, it can make eyeshadow look unblended, especially the freckles. And I'm just gonna tidy up under the brow a little bit. But it's a very thin layer. Okay, now we take a little bit of some powder. I'm gonna use my By Terry powder, just a teeny bit, and use that to set over the lid. This is also how I prevent creasing and get a good blend. First thing I'm going to do to start this look out is take a cool brown eyeliner. This is Demolition from Urban Decay, the 24/7 eyeliner. But anyway, I'm going to use this to go across the upper lash line a little bit, just right here, to start building some depth. And use a smudgy brush like this one to soften that out and blend it. That's what I really liked about the look, is that it seemed very fast and just beautifully smoky and a little bit lived in. But that's a good look for going to dinner tonight. A nice kind of cool tone brown smoky eye with very soft, minimal face makeup. Skin makeup. I love a smoky eye for a summer night out. And this isn't like the most exciting night out. We're literally just going to eat dinner together. I still like to fix up sometimes. I've done very soft everyday makeup for like the last few weeks, or a couple of weeks. So it's nice to throw on some glam vibes here and there. Especially a quick, easy glam. So I'm gonna do with that pencil for right now. I'm gonna take this big blending brush actually. And I go to the shade PHC, whatever that means. In the corner here, it's just kind of the pale peachy shade, peachy beige white shade. I'm gonna hit the brow bone with that right here. All right, and I'm gonna go over to the shade called Cruise, which is this taupe looking shade right there. It's kind of a warm taupe. I'm gonna take that on this fluffy brush and we're gonna run that kind of on into the socket and crease. And build that up a little bit and let it blend with that eyeliner shade that we applied. It's not quite as much depth to the shade as I thought. Let's see if we can deepen that up a little bit. Let's try the shade called Private Beach. It's just more of a neutral brown. It is right there. Let's try a little bit of that. I'm gonna take that on a smaller brush and just tuck it right into there, to the outer corner, and see how it looks. Yeah, that color is getting the job done. So kind of arch that around and blend that into the socket line. Kind of up and out. All right, and take a bigger blending brush and just soften the edges. A bit back and forth. There we go. Yeah. Now we're getting there. There's so much kick up from these ColourPop eyeshadows, but they perform so well. And you would think Stone Cold Fox would actually have the shades I was looking for, but I think they're just a little bit too cool within Stone Cold Fox. But I think you could make that work as well. But I don't know, I feel like these shades have that little bit more neutral cool to it. I'm gonna leave that as is for right now. We may return to that shade if we need to do some more blending. What we do now is jump over to the lid. And we're gonna get a little flat brush here, a lay down brush, if I can find one. Hello, there we go. Oh gosh, it's covered in purple. All right, then we'll go into the shade Daydreamer, which is right here. I'm gonna pop that onto the lid. Yeah, that is the perfect color. And I'm going to bring it all the way in and up past that little bit crease, my crease a bit, and just let it flow up and out and just get real smoky, but kind of soft. Like, I'm really not concerned about there being a little bit of shimmer in my crease. So build that up. That is such a pretty color. I'm gonna take my finger and really pat it onto the lid to get some shine from it. Oh yeah, and soften its edges. Very pretty. I think this is a shade that you could find in a few palettes. It's not like a super unique shade, but I think it's an underused shade. Like, I don't see people using these taupey shimmers or deep metallic shades very often. I feel like they just get looked over because they're not exciting, but they're very beautiful on the eye. And to get a little more sparkle from it, I'm gonna wet this brush with some settings. This really benefits ColourPop eyeshadows, or ColourPop eyeshadows benefit from a damp brush. There we go, look at that shine. So just wanted it to be really shiny right there. All right, I'm gonna blend the edges, soften them up. Everything is looking nice and blended. And go back to my liner. And just come back to the outer corner a little bit. Just deepen it up. Just give a little bit of lift out there. Yeah, I'm gonna take a touch of the shade called Illusion. I'm gonna kind of hit the inner corner with it. Just brighten that up. That just adds some light to the inner corner. It's not really like changing the color. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna clip the fallout and we're gonna move on to skin, then we'll come back for that lower lash line. Type of fallout, I am just going to take a little bit of some moisturizer on a Q-tip and swipe under here. Got a few rogue glitters, but not a big deal to me. I'm going to put a little bit of primer on. I've already done my skincare and SPF and all of that. So for primer, I'm going to go in with a bit of this blurring face primer from Age Perfect. Make sure I don't have any product on my fingers. This is the blurring face primer infused with caring serum in the shade Rosy. It goes on clear. I don't know why they call it a shade. I'm just going to focus that on the center of the face. I'm going to take some of this Lumi Glotion and put that on the rest of the face, just a little bitty bit. Now for foundation, I'm going to take the CC Nude Glow from It Cosmetics in the shade, what shade are we here? Light, which is not light. It's kind of deep. I'm going to take that on a Ultimate Blending from e.l.f. I'm just going to buff that on. This is such a beautiful glowy foundation. I think it might be one of my absolute favorites. Like, I've tried a lot of these like tinted moisturizers and glow products like this, like these CC type products. None of them have been quite as pretty as this one. And I mean, there's some pretty ones, but this one's just gorgeous. And I'm definitely gonna have to get this in a lighter shade for when I don't have self-tan on. That's how pretty it is. For concealer, use Age Perfect. I'm just gonna get a little bit right here to brighten. Next, let's do a little bit of setting powder on the T-zone. I'm going to use the by Terry, a tiny bit right in the under eye. And a bit down the center of the face, all in the T-zone, anywhere that I get particularly oily. And just a little bit of this there. On the rest of the face, I'm going to buff on just a little bit of this Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation. I think this is the lightest shade, but it's not very light. I'm just going to bounce that. Let's go ahead and finish up the under eye real quick. Back to my Your Golden palette. I'm going to take that smudge brush we used initially for the eyeliner, and I'm going to take the shade Private Beach, which is the deepest matte we used. I'm just going to run that right under here. I'm going to take my lay down brush, my little flat one here. I'm just going to blend that out some. I'm going to take some of the shade called Flink, which is the deepest shade in the corner here. It's just a little really dark. I'm really going to tap it off because it does have these micro glitters in it. I'm going to kind of come up here just a bit as well. And just a little bit of our lid shade. And Illusion. On the inner corner. Okay, and that is basically that is done. Pretty simple, easy, not a whole lot going on. I'm just gonna kind of soften out this lower lash line a little bit. Just more of a hazy, rather than super smoky looking. That eye is kind of watering, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And let's move on to the rest of the face while that is calming down. I'm gonna jump over to my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. I'm gonna take this on a nice big old brush and just swirl into it. Take the excess off of my hand and apply it to the higher points, or where the sun would like naturally hit. I need that very sun-kissed look to the skin. I'm gonna jump over to my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit palette. I'm gonna grab a little bit of the bronzer from this, just to kind of set over everything on the perimeter and add a little more glow. This is a very glowy bronzer. All right, I'm gonna take some of that around the eye, around the transition, just to make sure that it doesn't look so cool toned right there, and it's flowing a little bit better with this skin tone. Things aren't quite so washed out looking. And I'm gonna take some of the highlighter from this palette from Hourglass. This is a nice kind of champagne gold highlight. Do my highlighting brush. Oh no, first I'm gonna take a little bit of the Iconic London Illuminator. I keep meaning to use this and I keep forgetting. So we're going to use a little bit of it today. I'm just gonna take a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna, I think, apply it a little bit with my foundation brush. Just gonna tap a little bit and gonna work it in there. Tap a little bit right out here. Ooh, that is glowy. Wow, okay. I'm gonna take a sponge real quick and just kind of press that. That's pretty, very glowy. Very, very glowy. I got way too much out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And just to warm that up a little bit though, take a little bit of the Hourglass highlighter. And just add some glow to around the face. Put a little bit of this on my inner corner. My lay down brush. Look at that shine. Ooh. Heck yeah. A little bit right there. Just a tiny bit. Is the nose a little too glowy? Possibly. And for blush, I'm gonna grab a blush brush. And we take the blush from this palette right here. Okay, all right. Now, let's touch these brows up real quick because my gosh, the brows are looking like they need a little help. Just a little bit of help. So I'm gonna grab a spoolie. And I'm gonna take my NYX Thick It Stick It brow gel. And use that to kind of get my brows into place. And then I can take my Lift and Snatch and Ash Brown and kind of fill in any gaps. All right, and that's the brows on. Pretty nice. I'm really kind of changed the way I've done my brows lately. I'm not brushing them straight up anymore. I'm kind of just grooming them into a little bit of a thinner shape by just letting the brows kind of go in their natural grow pattern. I think it looks really nice. Okay, I think I want some depth maybe on the outer corner some. I don't know. What do we think? Are we done? I think we're done. It's kind of an interesting smoky eye. I think it looks good with the kind of the tan skin. It's a little bit different. Instead of going super warm, I do want to take a little more bronzer and put that through the crease. I feel like I just need a little more something there. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the Private Beach shade. Bring a little more depth in. And really clean up this lay down brush. Take a little bit of Fling, the deepest brown. Come right here and just pat a little bit of that in. Let's do a little mascara. I think for mascara, we'll use some Bite Beauty Upswing because that'll give us the best results. I'm gonna curl the lashes. Lashes really kind of complete the look. All right, I'm gonna zhuzh my hair, put some jewelry on, kind of finish things up, and then we'll be back for lips and the final look. See you in just a second. All right, and we are done with the makeup except for the lips. Throw on some earrings, zhuzh the hair. Let's put a little bit of lip liner on. This is BFF3 from ColourPop. And kind of smudge that. Huh?
Still want to shoot for 7?
We could go earlier.
It's only 5:45 right now.
I know. Yeah, text Lila. We can do 6:30.
6:30?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then we're gonna take Milani in Pleasure. just a really kind of different lip look for me, and just in general look. Experimenting. Alright, I think we are done. What do you guys think? I like it. I think it came out pretty nice. My hair came out good today. I literally did 4 sections of curls, and here's what we got. Just super quick, alternating which way I curled it. I did outward around the face in 2 sections, and the back I did inward in 2 sections, and that was it. And I get better curls doing it like this than I do going through doing like little small sections. What's up with that? Anyway, here is our look all complete. What do you guys think? I'm definitely a little bit out of the comfort zone with a little bit extra tan going on, a really kind of pale lip, and a cool eye. But yeah, I was inspired by the Victoria Beckham kind of look. I don't know if I got exact. I hadn't looked at the video in a few days, just going off memory here. But anyway, yeah, this is the look. So let me know what you think, and if there's any other looks you'd like to see me recreate. If you see any like on Instagram that you think I would like, send them to me, DM them over. I will happily take a look and probably recreate them. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay spooky.